Hi, welcome back to my cup of TV with Jenny,
JD,
and Kat.
So Vampire Diaries, Season 3, Episode 15, All My Children.
all my children.
All my children.
It's for that loving mother
Who
that is Esther.
Who are now linked together, so if one of them gets killed, they all fucking die.
Was that the name of like a TV series
Yeah.
or something? Gives me like culty religious vibes.
It's mentioned in Friends.
Yeah.
Is it?
All
It's
my
guys
children.
and all my children.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so please remember to like, comment and subscribe in the comments. If you were to put the original family in a sitcom, what sitcom would you have them in? Like if they were in Friends, they were our title characters. Or
They can't be friends because they're friends of family, but
family.
oh,
Vin
modern
Diesel.
family.
Modern
Modern family.
Where they're
Yeah.
basically the originals, but in
Someone's got a lot to think about.
You never see her wearing some fucking dinosaur print pajamas or something. It's embarrassing that you actually really go to bed in. She always wears really like cute vest tops and bras. I'm like, where are your PJs?
Also, her hair doesn't look like she just flipped it.
Exactly, no one wakes up like that.
It's the magic of the doppelganger.
Yeah.
I feel like he doesn't want to mess her around, but in giving any hints, he does, you know?
What?
Hey, I called you 10 times last night.
Sorry, I've been busy.
If you're mad at me, Damon, you need to get over it.
He has every right to be mad.
Oh.
We just see what she does with this.
She's got no right to be
No.
mad. No, but she's...
Vain. This is how you lash out at me.
Well, maybe. For once, something I did had nothing to do with you.
Yes, please go. This house has enough men rolling around in it.
Just like you, Becca.
Good riddance, both of you.
Elena,
Elijah.
I don't mean to intrude. I was hoping you might accompany me.
I like your knowledge of.
So do I.
Yeah, so do I.
She wants to kill us all, doesn't she?
I wish there was something I could do to help.
Be careful what you wish for.
Is it weird that my first thought there was, I want to be scooped up in Elijah's arms?
Oh, Jesus.
Going somewhere?
How's he surviving then if he's not been drinking blood?
Clock's ticking.
Animal blood.
You can have me brainstorm a plan, or you too busy fixing a snack.
I like that this Stefan and human blood thing still lingers.
Got a less diabolical plan. You want a dagger, Elijah? They're all linked. Dagger's lethal to any vampire we use. Well, I just so happen to know someone crazy enough to give it a shot. Yeah, no, they're still here. Caroline.
Oh, it's you.
Join us for a drink.
I'd rather die of thirst. Thanks.
She's stunning. She certainly looks good.
I like pretty little things with sharp tongues.
I'm pretty sure she told you to get lost. Pretty sure I think cat.
Oh.
Something's wrong.
What did you do?
Nothing.
What did you do?
I didn't do anything. Stop it.
Call.
Why is he not? He's not affected.
Well, the daggers don't work on him, and they didn't know whether it would or not.
Oh no! What's funny though is if they explained it to Klaus, they say, no, this is just temporary, it's to stop you all getting murdered.
Yeah.
He might be on with it, you know.
I could chase you down on my worst day.
Isn't that the room where she can't go though?
You little bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Heads, I do it. Tails, you do it.
Awful lot of effort for someone who pretends not to care about her anymore.
Pot kettle, brother.
Elena! Let's pick it up where we left off.
Oh.
Smart.
Insane.
Whatever you think of us, killing your own children would be an atrocity.
My only regret is that I did not let you die 1,000 years ago. All of you. You're a curse on this earth. Stretched out over generations. If you've come to plead for your life, sorry. You've wasted your time.
She does look genuinely upset.
I don't think she's taking any pleasure in what she has to do.
Esther's drawing from the witches, and the only way to cut her off is if one of you is no longer a witch. Only a second.
Oh, he's making her a vampire. That is like the nicest way he could get rid of her, because then she still lives.
You can come out now.
She doesn't want to see you. She's always been there for me, Caroline.
Yeah, but you're the cause of this in a way, so it's kind of different.
Sorry, but put yourself in her shoes. Everything that happened tonight was to save you. And that's okay because she loves you so much. But somehow she's always the one who gets hurt. Just tell him that I love her, okay? Of course I will.
It's one of the things that someone brought up in the comments with Elena about survivor's guilt. And it's like from her accident with her parents. You're like, not only that, but she gets it over and over and over again.
Or that everyone saves her.
Yeah, other people die.
Even if she doesn't ask, yeah.
Lost that coin toss, Damon. Should have been me who turned Abby.
I see what's been going on around here. Hanging by threads, Stefan, barely over your last ripper binge, and all you want is to be the old Stefan again. How long's it been since you had to drop human blood?
Since the night I threatened to drive Elena off the Wickery Bridge.
See? You have enough to feel guilty about. Why add to the list? I thought I could win her from you fair and square. She didn't want me. It's for the best. I'm better at being the bad guy anyway.
It looks like he didn't know that she didn't want him. Stefan seemed a little bit surprised by that information.
And Damon talking about it like that is very different from the Damon we've seen before and rejected.
I hated you when I learned you killed our mother. But I realize now that after 1,000 years together as a family, you're the only one who never left me. Look at the images on the wall behind Elena. The natives told the story of our family history. Look at the images on the far wall.
This got me right.
A white oak tree 300 years after we fled back to the old world. There must have been a sapling, a new tree to replace the old. That tree could kill us. It's not over, Nick.
Uh-oh, you weren't supposed to see that.
Okay.
I've never fully trusted Dr. Lady.
Where to start? So Esther planned to kill them, harnessing the full moon and the Bennet line.
I did wonder what happened there, because it was almost like a poof, and then they were gone. I was like, what the fuck? So it wasn't quite clear for me.
I think Finn may have got them out of there, because obviously vampire speed.
Oh, of course,
He could
yeah.
have
Okay.
grabbed her and run.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so saying about Finn, we found out how Finn feels.
Yeah, it was as I suspected, that he doesn't like the creature.
So he sees it as an
abomination. Yeah. I thought Elijah's self-reflection was very interesting, and he was saying like, she made us this, but she didn't make us monsters. And it's interesting because it's almost like okay, so I'm not saying innocent, but like politicians or something. By the time they get to the top, you're like, you're so bloody dodgy, no one can believe you. But somewhere along the line in the beginning, you probably started out as someone with good intentions who wanted to make good change. But along the way, the arrogance and the corruption have built.
Yeah.
So I imagine that's what popped in my head of something like with the vampires. They've been around for so long that the arrogance of their immortality, their strength, like where Rebecca literally said, we're better than them.
Yeah.
So literally, like, that arrogance has developed over years. So I just thought it was interesting what Elijah had said, because imagine it if Esther had been cast out or asleep or whatever you want to call it for 1,000 years, and they were acting with integrity, they were only feeding on animal blood or something, then she probably wouldn't wake up and be like, oh, it's that bad, even though technically she's still, in balanced nature, because they naturally should have died. But it's just interesting that he said she made us this, but she didn't make us monsters.
I also think that Stefan could be used as a perfect example of, he can choose to be a good vampire, or he can choose to let go and be a bad vampire.
A monster.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
But that almost, I think, hit home with Rebecca as well when he said it.
Yeah.
Like, I think it's one of those things, isn't it? They say like power is intoxicating.
Yeah.
And you've suddenly got all this power where you can make people do what you want. You're faster, you're stronger, you're
top of the food chain.
You're top of the food chain. Like, no one can really come after you. And then it's like you've let that go to your...
And arrogance has developed because of it. Yeah.
You could say in a way that the perfect comparison there being the way they are compared to Caroline, who's still quite new, who's still very human in her behaviour and her thoughts.
But also it can be as well the company you keep and who you choose to surround yourself with. Obviously Rebecca and Klaus were just a reinforcing circle of arrogance, whereas Caroline is a good example of that she's still surrounding herself with good people from different ways of life and human, witch, whatever it might be, so she's not losing that grounding.
And that straight off she had Stefan to show her a better way, rather than if she was with Damon or if she'd gone with Catherine.
Whereas as well, where they're originals, they've got none of, like, they're the first ones.
They had no example set for them.
Created vampires from that because they were bored, but
and we're looking at people that were from an abusive family.
That's what I was thinking when you said it hit home for Rebecca. I think where he said she made us vampires but we made ourselves monsters, I think there's a part of Rebecca that doesn't like herself. Do you know what I mean? And again, like, she doesn't want to go introspective because that's painful. And it's, brave when anybody does that. Like Elijah, it was obviously painful, but he's having that emotional intelligence to do that review of himself. Rebecca hasn't done that, but if she did, I think she'd very quickly find the reason why she has no friends and things like what Elena said. Like, you don't like me because of, I hurt your feelings and,
Well, I think that hit home for Rebecca.
It's funny though, isn't it? Because everybody kind of looks at Elijah as like one of the good ones. Like, even the mum originally was like, oh, I don't know, like, I don't really want to kill Elijah and blah blah. And then at the end he's like, but I'm not. Like, today I have done this, which has used innocent people.
I think it's the idea that there's a difference between good and better than the other ones.
And then I think, but we've also been watching it the whole time, like, oh yeah, I like Elijah, blah.
I've never felt like he was completely good.
No, but like,
because it's not black and white, isn't it? It's shades of grey.
Like, again, for us though, we're comparing it to the others. We're not going, oh yeah, he's really good in comparison to Caroline, are we? We're going, oh yeah, but look at
the originals.
And
I think he has very good control of his emotions. So you're not worried that he's going to just snap and kill someone like you would be with Rebecca or Klaus.
I think he has more, what's the word? Redeeming qualities about him, that he could be a good person to keep around.
Yeah.
Whereas with Klaus or Rebecca, they really haven't shown us very many redeeming qualities, and I think that's where that comparison comes from.
It's almost like he has a well thought out plan, though.
The thing with Elijah as well is people wanting to keep him around and everything. What's sad about that is they want Elijah there because I think we can trust him and he's pretty powerful, handy to have. Not, we really like this guy. He's...
Yeah.
It's true, yeah.
He keeps to his word.
But he also doesn't let anyone get close to him.
No.
So he's not opening himself up to those bonds either. But yeah, I've never thought that he's like all good or anything. I imagine that he's done some terrible things. I mean,
just more
when we first met him, he
calculated.
threw the coins in the window. I mean, he's so scary.
But like, I think as well, he's more calculated about what he like. He's not he's not like
He has a moral compass.
oh well, I'm gonna do this. Like, okay, yeah, he kidnapped Elena, but you know, he had a plan that like by doing this, those people are gonna have to do something to stop this from happening. So you know, it wasn't just like, well, I'm gonna kidnap
like reckless.
And the intelligence of, I'm going to put her with Rebecca because they know I probably won't kill her.
Yeah.
But they know that she would.
Yeah.
The plan was foiled by
Damon.
turning Abby to a vampire.
Smart.
Something that hadn't registered to me before. Now, you said obviously that way she's dead, but she's still there.
She kind of did say she'd been living without her powers for so long that she didn't even really miss them.
But to me, watching it millionth time, I thought they're drawing from both Bennet women and the ancestors. So if you kill Abby, she joins the ancestors. The line's still there.
Yeah.
So by turning her to a vampire,
well, they did.
I
I think
cut the line because she's not either.
I think they did say something about the magic number being the two that are alive.
They definitely did say something
because
about
that was to open the coffin.
Yeah.
So I do think it could have changed. But you're right. That line
That
still would have been
occurred
there
to me until this time.
So and that's what was it? I can't remember who said it, but they said it's not about living or dying. It's about the removing of the power. You can't be a witch. I think it was Stefan to Bonnie. You can't be a witch anymore.
Yeah.
And that was then boom. It was turn a vampire, which still sucks because again, seeing how Finn feels about that, Abby might wake up and be like, "Oh my god, I'm an abomination." Especially if your history as a witch was about the balance of nature. She might be like, "What the fuck have you done to me? I now feel like I'm an abomination."
And plus, this was still against her will.
Yeah,
and
absolutely. But
she,
I can see
she wasn't involved in the plan in any aspect of she hadn't colluded to do this. She hadn't.
I get what
but I think they'd made the best choice without actually killing anyone.
And it had to be her or Bonnie. So
yeah.
And the fact that so Stefan lost the Toinkos.
Yeah.
The Toinkos. Yeah.
I love that.
So he lost the coin toss. But Damon...
It took me a while to realise that was wrong.
I know, because
something's not right.
Your brain puts two and two
Corrects it.
together, like, it's fine. It still makes sense. We knew what you meant.
But Damon went and did it anyway.
Yes.
Interesting, isn't it? Because Damon sort of... You don't notice it earlier and you sort of think that Damon's like goading him a bit like he used to, you know, when he put the blood down and you think Damon's just being a bit of a twat and whatever. And then
actually it was a test.
Later on it was literally like, I know what's going on.
My
like,
suspicions are correct.
You're trying to be good again.
Yeah.
And, you know, from his point of view, Elena's hated him many times before. She's obviously not... She's not made any step to stop, you know, to be with him or whatever. And he's just sort of cut that option off for himself, hasn't he? By, well, she'll hate me now, so it's fine.
I think he also doesn't want to take away... As much as he says, "Oh, I like this Stefan," I bet you he longs for the old Stefan back, the nice Stefan. So he also, like, if he were to be the one that had to kill Abby and stay like a dick and whatever, like, he doesn't... I think there's part of him that's like, I'm not going to let those be your downfalls. If I take them away, you've got a better chance of becoming the old you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I very much feel like it was just for, it was for Stefan.
when he said like, "Oh, I'm better being the bad guy anyway," like I feel like it's such a shame because I think we have seen such a change in 3 seasons.
Well, we still do see the changes, like we
Yeah.
said in the last episode. Damon went looking for a fight, but he didn't just go kill someone like he's done before.
Yeah.
And even in this episode, he's still coming straight off the back of that rejection, but he's not behaving in the way we've seen him behave before when rejected. He's actually, there seems to be some acceptance there.
So there is some growth, which
Yeah.
is good, which I wasn't sure that I'd seen
For him to
before now.
say,
Yeah.
"Oh, she didn't want me."
Yeah.
And so he's almost, the way he's talking sounds like he's, so I'm,
Ducking out.
yeah.
Which is interesting because where you said in the last one, like, she really would benefit from stepping away from both the brothers to at least make up your fucking mind or whatever. But this is good because it's kind of, I don't know if it will, I don't know. But if this is the case, then it seems to be showing us like an answer has been, a conclusion has been drawn. Partly from Elena, her leanings, then Damon getting the rest, and then Damon not allowing Stefan to do that. So Damon's then pushing that conclusion as well. So it wasn't like, I don't know what's going to happen going from here. I would almost also like Elena to make a clear decision of, I'm going to choose to see where it goes with Stefan, even if that doesn't go anywhere. But I don't really like the idea of this kind of for too long because it gets very tedious and you're like, oh, for God's sake.
I think the best thing would be for her to romantically step away from both of them and say that.
Yeah.
And basically say, like, I get that you're going to be in my life, but no.
Yeah.
But
And
she hasn't
have
said
that.
that to either of them, has she?
No.
Because she
No.
hasn't actually said that to Damon either.
No. And that's what I mean. So she did a little bit of the rejection and he's done the rest. And then he has almost ducked out by then not making it worse for Stefan, clearing his path for him to continue trying to become the old him.
But it's almost like he's got, actually, you haven't given me a definitive yes, so therefore the answer is no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And do you know what?
If it was meant to be,
well.
if you knew, you'd know. So
yeah, and that's fair for him as
Yeah.
well, because if I was in his shoes, I wouldn't want to be like, I'm not going to be your backup just because Stefan, you've got no hope.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why I was saying in the last episode, Damon is basically saying, yes, here's my heart on a plate. It's a full-on yes, and yet she is completely leaning towards Stefan when he has only given her a breadcrumb of hope. So she will choose Stefan over him, and that's not good enough for him. Like, he shouldn't be second choice. He should be with someone who's like, you're my yes.
But again, we saw Damon's behaviour in this towards Elena being, you can almost see the separation he's now put in place in the thing with him and Rebecca and her saying something, him saying, for once, maybe something I did is not about you.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
It's good.
And like when she'd been calling him, being like, well, I was busy, and just, you know. I think she also needs that kind of, you don't want me, okay, but then you can't use me like a boyfriend as your person.
Yeah. It's like they're re-establishing their boundaries, going the other way, reversing out of the potential romance.
Although we saw her jealousy. Because, yes, I think there is some anger that it's Rebecca and she hates Rebecca, but let's not pretend that there's not more to that.
No.
Yeah.
The way she was ranting about it to Bonnie and Caroline.
Yeah, like, there's definitely something to that, because you don't, if you genuinely didn't care, you wouldn't be ranting.
Because you can't
about
switch
that.
it off. That's what I mean.
Yeah.
I do think she does have feelings for Damon. I just don't think that they are as much as what
Yeah,
she
I
has for
think as
Stefan.
well, like, she's been with Stefan for a lot longer, so the thing with Damon's been like a fairly, well, I think it's probably been bubbling for a little while, but like the sort of,
It was never a clear path to
no,
Damon,
it
was
sort
it?
of went, like, it was because Stefan wasn't there. It wasn't because it was a it wasn't like a choice. It was, oh, Stefan's not here, and then
Damon said, I tried to take her from you fair and square.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's it. Interesting.
Caroline was used as a distraction.
She did great. Oh, Oscar worthy.
Different as well, because normally she distracts with, there's this problem only you can help me with.
Yeah.
But this time, although, Klaus, come on, man, you didn't question that she literally walked into the bar,
And
over
then
to you,
out.
across and out.
Yeah. I love though that her confidence. She was like, yeah, I can distract him.
Yeah.
You know? That's really good.
I thought he was kind of cute when he was being all like, just talk to me.
It was funny because, like, this whole time he's been like, suave, Klaus, can't throw me, whatever. And then when he was following her out of the bar and then he got fucking hit by the car and he looked like a clumsy fool chasing after someone. And I was like, good, this is more like a real person. Like, show who you are, all the rough edges and whatnot.
And I also think a bit of a different side of Klaus in the respect that he's going, oh, come on, just talk to me, get to know me a bit, rather than being like, no, you will stay and talk to me because I've said so and I can make you because I'm so strong.
The arrogance, maybe it's slightly goofy. Continuing with Caroline though, sorry. I liked not only her confidence there, rather than being like, oh, I've got to distract, but just, I am the distraction. That's quite cool. But then also speaking to Elena at the door, I think she was that mediator, firm about a boundary, but still playing both sides and being unbiased, which I thought, when she was just like being respectful to both of them, I thought she did a good job there, because that's a really difficult position to be in. So I thought that was quite cool. So Caroline had an episode where nothing shitty happened to Caroline.
She's able to explain it in a way that made sense, because...
And I think she tried to be so nice about it and then was like, all happened because of you again. She lost grams because of you, and now her mother is a vampire because of you. Like, without actually saying it like that, she was like,
that's some heavy shit to lay out for someone.
It was like, every time we rescue you, she gets hurt.
And it was
but
really
she
sweet.
wants to rescue you.
It's always her. Shame.
So I said it in the episode that people have mentioned in the comments about Elena and survivor's guilt. That I hadn't really thought about before. And actually, it obviously from her parents having the accident, her surviving and them not, and then everything since has always been people have died. It's usually to save Elena or in the process of protecting Elena.
And even if she doesn't want to be saved.
And even if it was their choice to
not
be
asking for it,
that's gonna impact you over and over and over again.
That's harsh.
In a way, you could say similar with Damon, with Stefan, when he's always like, stop saving me!
The doctor lady.
Oh yes, let's not forget that ending. Meredith.
I'm a bit confused about this because, allegedly, at this point what it looks like, and I'm not convinced that this is the truth, anyway, at the moment it looks like she's the one killing the people. But she killed Caroline's dad knowing he had vampire blood in his system because she gave it to him. So would she not have known what would have happened? So then that wouldn't make any sense to kill him, and
unless she knew it was a punishment. If she knew his morals. Also, when Cole turned up at the bar, that is not the way you look at someone that you don't even know.
She knew he was a vampire though.
I wondered if it was just that, because I felt like she didn't look at Klaus the same way she looked at Cole. I thought she looked at Cole differently.
I felt like the way Cole was looking at her was what she was responding to.
Okay. Fair enough. But I saw something and I was like, oh, there's venom there. And I was like, why? Why this person in particular? But it's true, he was totally being lechy. And
I was going to say, what do we think about Cole?
Lechy? Douche!
I would say trouble.
Jenny's type.
I do like Cole.
I know, obviously she's just shot Alara apparently, but...
Not unless there was magically someone standing behind him and that's who she was aiming at instead. But it does look like she's...
Which isn't good.
Firing at her. Poor Alaric.
Which isn't good. Yeah, when your other half shoots...
Yeah, because if she's not immortal, even if he's wearing his ring, he's fucked.
Oh, she's not a... supernatural.
So he's got
to die. She's a doctor, so...
Bullet wounds are not always savable.
True.
But also, why...
Why shoot someone and then save her?
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't make any sense. And also, she's obviously annoyed with it. She obviously doesn't want him to see that she has everything. But I don't necessarily think she's the one stabbing people.
But then how did she have the knife? That's evidence. That would still be with the killer, right? Unless was it left in someone? Was that the knife? Was that in Alaric when they got there? Was it in his stomach still?
Yeah, he had a knife in him. Elena took it, remember, and killed him because of the...
Okay, so that's... Okay, so then she's got the knife from the hospital as evidence. Okay. Yeah. So there is a way that she would have that knife then without her being the killer themselves.
And she is on the council working with Liz.
Yes. Okay, so there is potential that she's not the psycho. No idea
clearly
why
this
she
isn't
pulled.
a
Yeah,
good-
no
this
idea
isn't
why she
cool.
pulled a gun out though.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel really bad for Alaric, man. Can he not just get with a woman that's not like troubled or doomed?
Yeah. Okay.
Well, that's a fucking cliffhanger, isn't it? When are we next recording?
There was another cliffhanger moment in there. Klaus and Rebecca. I don't know if you picked up on what she was explaining to him.
Oh yeah, there's another tree.
Yeah.
Oh yes, and the circly calendar.
Yeah. So 300 years after they burnt that tree down, the tree is there.
Right.
So she's saying that maybe there was a sapling or something from the original tree that has been grown.
And are they worried about that because they think that might be where their mum's gone? Like,
Well, I think it's just all of a sudden, wait, there were no weapons that could kill us, but hang on, now there might be.
right. Hence, again, that might be where the original series goes off then, if they go after their mum and after that tree. But, interesting. Although, I think that's really smart, though, because I don't know if she was doing it on purpose or what, but obviously filming Elena, but filming the stuff in the background as well, without letting Elena in on the fact that she's concerned with these markings. Do you know what I mean? Because
I think she's watched it back and gone, hang on a minute.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think she's noticed it at the time.
Okay. Interesting.
Okay.
Cool.
So that was our reaction to season 3, episode 15, All My Children. Loving all my children.
Monsters.
So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.